Hey, Jason here from Simply Swider. If your Bosch dishwasher is showing that E07 error code and your dishes are coming out soaking wet, you're in the right place. In the next 12 minutes, I'll show you exactly how to fix this problem. The good news, most E07 errors are completely DIY friendly, and I'll walk you through which repairs you can tackle yourself versus when to call a pro. Before we get started, if you run into any questions, jump into our Facebook group. Links in the description. We've got thousands of people helping each other fix their appliances, and I pop in there daily to help out. So, the biggest issue I see, and this one's frustrating because it's actually a design flaw, is that plastic water filled tube cracking and flooding the whole drying system. I had this customer last month with an 800 series Bosch, kept getting the E07 code about 10 to 30 minutes into every wash cycle. She'd already had a repair guy out who replaced the fan motor, but the code came right back. Here's what's really happening: that fill tube part gets hot from the zeolite system, develops a crack, usually a rectangular hole on the bottom right edge, and starts spraying water directly into the fan housing. Your dishwasher thinks the fan's broken, but really it's just waterlogged. Here's how you fix it. Safety first, unplug the machine and shut off the water supply. Then grab a wet dry shop vac and suck out all that dirty water from the vent hole on the inside right wall of your dishwasher tub. You might need to blow some air in there with the vacuum or even a hair dryer on low heat to get everything dry. The real fix, though, is replacing that cracked fill tube. Part number 110189097. You'll need to pull the dishwasher out and remove the door panels to get to it, but newer replacement tubes come with a plastic shield to prevent this from happening again. Another common scenario is when that whole zeolite system gets flooded with water. Could be from the cracked tube we just talked about, or maybe you used too much detergent and got excessive suds, or that triangular zeolite cover inside the tub came loose. You'll know this is your problem when the E07 pops up and your dishes are completely soaked at the end of the cycle. Sometimes running just a rinse cycle will temporarily clear the error, which tells you it's definitely the drying system acting up, not a drainage issue. Here's the fix. After unplugging and shutting off water, you'll need to remove the front panel and bottom kick plate to get to the fan assembly. It's usually at the bottom right side of the unit. Use that shop vac again to pull all the standing water out of the fan duct. That hairdryer trick works great here too for drying out the zeolite reservoir. Don't forget to check that triangular cover cap inside the tub. It should lift right off, and make sure it's seated properly when you put everything back together. Sometimes the fan motor itself is actually toast. This is the one that circulates warm air to dry your dishes, and when it goes bad, you'll get that E07 code every time. The dishwasher stops mid cycle, dishes stay wet, and you might hear some weird humming or grinding noises coming from the unit. I remember this guy who called me. His fan was physically jammed up with debris, but sometimes the motor just burns out completely. Here's how to test if your fan motor is actually dead. Using a multimeter set to resistance, test the motor terminals. A working motor will read between 1 and 6, 2 kilo ohms. If you get no reading at all, or a reading way outside this range, your motor needs replacement. Don't have a multimeter? Simply listen. A bad motor usually makes grinding or humming sounds, while a good motor runs quietly. If cleaning and drying doesn't clear the code, you're looking at replacing the whole fan assembly. That's Bosch part 12009748. Fair warning though, this one's pretty involved. You'll need to pull the dishwasher out and remove access panels. Bosch actually recommends calling their support if a simple power reset doesn't fix the fan error, so don't feel bad about calling in a pro for this one. The E07 error code is your dishwasher's way of saying there's a problem with the drying system, specifically with Bosch's Crystal Dry technology that uses special minerals to dry your dishes. Here's what's tricky about this error. Even though it seems like the drying fan is broken, 90% of the time the fan is perfectly fine. It's actually a water leak that's causing the problem. I'm going to walk you through the real causes, starting with the most common culprit that stumps even experienced repair guys. The fan motor itself, part 12009748, runs about 36 to 84 bucks depending on where you shop. You can find these at appliance parts dealers, and they work with Thermador and Gaggenau units too, since they use the same crystal dry system. This is definitely worth fixing if you're handy, way cheaper than calling someone like me out. The motor sits at the base of the unit, connected to all that drying ductwork. Installation difficulty is moderate to challenging though, so if you're not comfortable pulling panels and working in tight spaces, might be worth getting some help. That problematic fill tube, part 110180097, is actually pretty cheap, only runs about 15 to 35 bucks. This is the one that carries water up the back of the tub to feed the upper spray arms. Installation is moderate difficulty since you need to remove the door panels, but it's totally doable for most folks. The newer versions come with that protective shield I mentioned, so you shouldn't have the same cracking problem down the road. Definitely worth replacing if you find that crack. It's the root cause of most E07 issues. The whole Zeolite container assembly with the heater, parts 11028084 or 11047045, is the expensive one. You're looking at anywhere from 180 to about 240 for this part. This is the heart of the crystal dry system that uses those special minerals to absorb moisture and release heat. Honestly, you usually don't need to replace this unless the container itself is physically damaged or contaminated beyond cleaning. Most of the time, fixing the water ingress issue and replacing the fan motor will get you back up and running for a lot less money. You can see right there on the screen the most common Bosch models that run into these E07 issues. Take a look. You might even spot your own model number up there. Most of these are the 800 series units with that crystal dry technology. Don't worry about memorizing all those numbers. Just see if yours matches what's displayed. Here's your action plan for fixing that E07 error. Step 1. Dry out the system completely with a shop vac. This fixes about 30% of cases immediately. Step 2. Inspect the fill tube for cracks, especially on the bottom right edge. Step 3. If you find a crack, replace the fill tube with part number 11018097. Remember, 9 out of 10 times it's not the fan that's broken, it's water where it shouldn't be. If your unit's under 5 years old, definitely call Bosch first. This fill tube issue is a known problem and might be covered under warranty. If you guys know someone who's having appliance troubles, please send them the link to this video or a link to my channel where I have tons of other videos showing how to fix pretty common issues with appliances, sometimes for free or as little cost as possible. It sure beats having a repairman come out and spending several hundred for them to fix it when it could be something so simple. If this helped you get your dishwasher drying properly again, hit that like button and drop a comment below. Let me know which fix worked for you. Really helps other people with the same problem. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. We'll get this out to more folks who need to save some time and money. Thanks for watching, and I hope you guys have a great day.